Welcome to the Brief Newsbrief. I'm your host, Isaac Lopez, presented by the Life Given Radio. This week has been a marathon, and it doesn't look like it's going to be ending anytime soon. This is your election special. I wanted to just get on here and give you a quick update as to where things stand on your Friday morning. And it's crazy to think that this election is still going on, but it still is going on, and there are plenty of reasons for why I think that it won't be over by the end of today, even if they think that the voting itself is over. Trump has promised legal action to the point where the Washington Post mentioned that um, he's tried to halt vote counting in Pennsylvania and Michigan since election day has come and gone, and he, as we all know, on election day he was asking for recounts in Wisconsin, and then he was challenging the handling of ballots in Georgia. So there's really, I think there's only one way this ends, and that's in the courts. And we all know how fast our justice system moves. So I do just want to update you on the voting, because I think it's still important to uh, keep up to see where we are. I've got two maps in front of me that is updating live. The one that I had been tracking a lot this last week was at the Daily Beast, and I'll link to it in the show notes. But they already have Biden with a win, as they have given Pennsylvania to Biden, which you might be surprised if you're just tuning back in, because Trump was dominating in Pennsylvania, surprisingly so. But they on the New York Times map, which I think is a bit more accurate, has not yet called Pennsylvania, as just 95% of the vote has been tabulated there. So there's six states up for grabs still. That's Pennsylvania, North Carolina, Georgia, Arizona, Nevada, and Alaska. So Alaska will probably end up going to Trump, and he leads there 108,232 to Biden's 56,849. In Nevada, this is the surprising one. They're only separated by 12,000 votes. Biden does lead 604,251 to Trump's 592,813. But I think that Nevada, there's only 89% of the vote total in. So that can still go either way, honestly. In Arizona, which, if you recall, Fox News decision desk called that right away, like with 5 to 10% of the vote in for Biden. They're only separated now by what's that, like 60,000 votes. Biden leads 1,532,062 votes to Trump's 1,485,010 votes. And only 90% of the votes have been tabulated there. Georgia is almost done, and Trump also led big time there until now. Biden leads by just by a very slim margin with over 98%. That's almost done there. Biden leads by just over 1,000. He has 2,449,588 votes, and Trump trails by just a little bit, 2,448,491. Then we'll hop over to North Carolina, and 95% of the votes have been tabulated there. Trump does still have a sizable lead there, 2,732,120 in favor of Trump, and then Biden trails 2,655,383. And once again, that's 95% of the votes. Pennsylvania is really the clincher, I think, for Biden. New York Times has not yet called it, but he now leads by 6,000 votes, whereas at some point Trump had been leading by like 400,000. I mean, he was blowing Biden out of the water, and Biden now holds the edge, 3,295,304, and Trump trails by a slim margin, but still trails nonetheless, 3,289,717 votes. So, I mean, a win is a win. If Biden wins that state by just a couple votes, that's his state. But it is really interesting that Daily Beast called that. So honestly, it's coming down to the wire as we expected. I don't know if I expected it necessarily in the way that it has been taking shape because there are hints of voter fraud throughout there. I don't know if I can say rampant, but there are just some fishy things going on out there, and we'll keep you apprised of that if you tune into the news brief for more information in the coming days. We'll probably just focus more of our efforts and energy there to keep you updated on whether it's court proceedings or just recounts. This is going to be very fascinating, and hopefully it is all carried out smoothly and according to the letter of the law. I'm your host, Isaac Lopez, and I'm signing off. Remember that the life that you have been given and the life that you have received includes every area of life. Your vote is no exception. God bless.